Today we are here 85 years after the Battle of Britain, and I am with Jiří and a very special hurricane because you have made an incredible journey to get here.
Yes, good morning.
So, this aeroplane, you've flown it all the way from the Czech Republic.
Yes, I did. I flew it from Prague to Belgium to Brascat. Obviously, it's a standard stock Hurricane and it has like standard fuel tanks. So you can fly like an hour and 10 minutes and you have to think about landing because you're already on reserve tank. So basically there were 2 hops to Belgium, another 2 hops to Duxford. It's a long journey, yeah?
4 stops.
4 stops, yeah.
4 stops to get all the way here.
Absolutely.
And this aircraft is here for a very special reason because it is in the markings of an aeroplane that was right here at Duxford, flown by Czech pilots 85 years ago.
Yes, that's exactly correct. That's why we've chosen the paint scheme for this aircraft as NND, because it's, I think, maybe most documented aircraft from Battle of Britain, because the September 7, 1940, there were many pictures taken in this place, in Duxford, with Czechoslovak pilots of 310 Squadron, with their commanders, and that's why the aircraft wears NND livery. And yesterday, you know it better than me, just replicated the older pictures from 1940. So tomorrow is going to be 85 years since these pictures were taken.
It's quite incredible that we can see this back here in these markings at this airfield 85 years later.
Yes, absolutely.
And so this particular aircraft itself, what's its history?
Yeah, it's been built by in Brooklands, by Gloucester, back in very early 1940. Then it went straight to Battle of France. It served with 73rd Squadron, Battle of France, Operation Dynamo. Then it went back to UK with 73rd, Battle of Britain. Still during Battle of Britain, it moved to 32nd Squadron to Biggin Hill, and then to 71st, the Eagle Squadron.
And that's quite remarkable because we have here also in the same lineup an aircraft in the markings of the Polish squadron here at Duxford during the Battle of Britain, and an aircraft marked as Pete Brothers' aircraft from Biggin Hill in the Battle of Britain.
Yeah.
So it's among company.
Yeah, that's absolutely, and I think this is only few Hurricanes survived Battle of France, and it was brought back to UK, and then later it was rebuilt as Mark II and sent to Russia, to Murmansk. So it saw 3 different places during the war.
So you say this aircraft was rebuilt as a Mark II. What are the differences between that and the Mark I?
In Hawker's, the Hawker restoration, I was told that only the difference is the engine and the engine mount, which makes the aircraft few inches longer. Otherwise, it's the same.
Wow. So this aircraft then, as Mark II form, went to the Eastern Front?
Yes, Eastern Front to Murmansk by the convoy PQ-16, which was the not very successful one, but surprisingly the aircraft survived in one of the ships and was flying with Russians, the Soviet Air Force, until 1943, and it was shut down. There was the 789mm projectile, just the bullet, found in the radiator. So the pilot made an emergency landing to Tundra and the aircraft lay there for 55 years.
That's remarkable. So from France through the Battle of Britain and to Russia?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
That's loads of history in this airplane.
And could you tell me a little bit more about your organisation that look after this aircraft and how important that is for the people in the Czech Republic?
Yeah, that's a really important airplane for the Czechs because, the 310 Squadron is one of the famous squadron, in the people's mind. And that's why we choose this livery. And it's operated by and owned by the Tocna Airport. There's a museum in Prague and maintained by the Fast Aero in Belgium. That's why it's got a Belgian registration.
And what's it like for you to not only have brought the aircraft all the way here, but to take part in this magnificent gathering?
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here because it's like my child's dream. Okay, so as the pilot, I just never imagined I'm gonna fly the Hurricane out of Duxford. So 50 years after it happened, so I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very glad to see all these airplanes with loads of history around, and obviously, especially hurricanes.
Yes, we've got no less than 8 airworthy Hurricanes together, which I think is the most since they've been in
Yes.
service. And it's quite a gathering. Obviously, your aircraft, Battle of France, Battle of Britain, and Russia. We have another Battle of France veteran airframe. We've got a Battle of Britain veteran. I think we've got another Battle of Britain, two Battle of Britain veteran aircraft. That's quite staggering.
It is staggering because, you know, it's a real chance to, you know, and a very rare chance to see all these airplanes together. And that's happening in Duxford. I think there is no place, I mean, in the world you can see this. There's lots of history behind this, you know, and they got a different paint schemes, you know, just because at the early stage of the war, everything was really standardized, you know, in the Royal Air Force. So
yes, it's noticeable. Obviously, you've got the Battle of France markings with the black and white on the underside.
yeah,
And you've got the differences in the tail flashes, which is noticeable because you've got about at least 3 variations and some variations in colour as well, and all from the Battle of Britain era.
yes, they are, because I mean, I'm not really expert, but I've learned a lot during the rebuild, the renovation of the airplane. So, and it is all the knowledge were given by Steve Atkins. So basically, these fins, the Battle of France and very early stage of Battle of Britain. So all these airplanes were built like until the June 1940. And then Battle of France, they had this high recognition scheme, black and white on the bottom side. They went to sky later on, still having this fin like this. And then later it moved to the simple fin, which is on the paint on the other airplanes. And also the Royal Air Force, they went back to the high recognition scheme in about October 1940. So they paint sky and black for a very short period of time. So that's why, you know, all the liveries, they were changing, you know, and obviously the squadron codes, they were painted by hand on the squadron. So every squadron had a different painter. So, and it had its own way how to do it.
And we noticed for each of the different squadrons represented here, they're all done differently. The roundels,
Yes.
the lettering on the fuselage, the tail flashes. I think you mentioned that your tail flash is quite bright because Gloucester had some of the...
That's very true. The Gloucester back in time, so this represents the Gloucester built airplane. So the Gloucester back in time, they had a huge stock of the pre-war shades, the bright shades of the colors for the roundels. So they were keeping going and painting this in pre-war shades until a certain point. But the bottom side of the wings, they were painted in squadron, so they were normal dull shades, which is the war shades.
The aircraft that these markings are from,
Yeah.
do we know what happened to that aircraft?
Yeah, you know, that was back in 1940. There was an accident because there was an engine failure and a pilot jumped out of this airplane. It was early November 1940, so it crashed.
But it had got quite a tally by that time.
Yeah, but we have a very good story about the Lions actually, because the Lions and the cowlings, they are very original because the cowling from the airplane, from this original airplane, NND, survived the war, and we have it back in museum.
Wow.
So
So you've got the original...
Yes, original Lion. And so there was like a very nice mold just to replicate it. Because this airplane had the Lion with the blue trim, which was only the airplane from the 310 Squadron having this. The others, they had yellow trim around the Lion.
And a very important symbol of the Czech pilots fighting
Yes.
for freedom.
Absolutely, yeah. And there's the, actually in the logo of the 310 Squadron, the red lion. So this is the lion. I mean, that's the 310 Squadron, like a patch. They were very good on all airplanes, on all Hurricanes during Battle of Britain. And we spent quite a bit of effort to make it the right size because, you know, it was not really clear how big it should be. So they did it on like attempt number 5. It was about right. So, but the Hawkers, they did a beautiful, brilliant job on this airplane, and the restoration was taken 2 years. I like to point out the symbols of the Standard of German airplanes. The number 4, you see, that's the Sergeant Bohumil first. He shot down the airplane in September 7, 1940.
Wow.
So that was number 4, and there were another 2. And obviously that was the kills representing the airplane skills, not the pilot skills. Okay. And the airplane was flown by many pilots of the 310 Squadron, mostly by Sergeant Bohumil first. Even the Gordon Sinclair flew it, the squadron leader. The Alexander Hess, the Czech squadron lead, flew it. We have a complete list from Battle of Britain.
Wow.
And we spent loads of time, just to replicate these arrows and the swastikas, because, comparative pictures.
I think they look brilliant.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
it's
fact
finally
that you've taken so much care and effort to get the paint scheme right,
Yeah.
to get everything on this aircraft so preserved, to reflect, what those guys did for
absolutely.
everyone.
If you look on both sides of the airplane, the D on the left side is slightly different from the right side, and we just saw it on the pictures.
And that's from the original pictures?
Yes, from the original pictures. As I said, the aircraft was very well documented on September 7th, 1940. So that's the reason, we have it very up to detail.
And this aircraft has only recently got back in the skies from Hawker restorations
Yes.
early this year.
Yeah, it was the long restoration actually, because we received it from France, because the aircraft before it was wearing a original 73rd Squadron livery, which was K only. Because the Battle of France, they had just K on the fuselage, and when they moved to UK, they put the TP as a squadron codes. And later they were rearmed by the Typhoons in 1943.
I think the aircraft is magnificent, and Jiří, the fact that you have brought it all the way back here again from the Czech Republic on it is a pilgrimage for the aircraft to remember the few. Thank you. It's incredible to see it back
We're very
here in the UK.
happy here. Very happy. Our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.